It's really hard to walk into the bowl, sit down, and not realize how special this place is. It's unlike any other theater. The seating of the audience, the landscaping, the natural outdoor amphitheater, you sit down and you feel the magnitude of how historical this place is. One of the most iconic things about the Bowl is the sound that you get at the Hollywood Bowl. It's one of those experiences that you don't really get anywhere else. Anywhere you're sitting in the Bowl sounds really close. It actually sounds really intimate, and part of that is because of the PA system.
The Hollywood Bowl is wonderful because it's purpose-built for concert music, and whether you want to come and listen to acoustic or jazz or amplified rock and roll, it's got just a natural mojo for making live sound.
We have an interesting situation where we want to make sure the artists have a really good experience and they sound exactly how they want to sound. We have audiences that have an expectation of full, good concert sound. And then we also have a responsibility to our neighbors to not leak sound into the neighborhoods.
The focus of the new design was to not just have even coverage, but also to keep it from spilling out into the places in the area.
And with these upgrades to the system, we are hoping to improve all of their experiences here.
Hi, my name is Scott Sugden. I'm the Director of Product Management for Solutions at L Acoustics, and I've been involved at the Hollywood Bowl since 2008. L Acoustics has been an active partner with the Hollywood Bowl and the LA Philharmonic since 2004. In 2013, we upgraded the system with almost what you see now, and over the years we've actually implemented upgrades as technologies become available, from network digital audio to newer speaker types to specific fills and so on and so forth.
The Hollywood Bowl offers a wide range of programming.
We have not just big touring acts come through, we have jazz shows, we have world shows, orchestral shows, and the Bowl is really big.
The audience area is actually quite large, larger than almost any other concert venue in the world. The last row of seats is almost 450 feet from the stage, or 140 meters, and really high above it. So this poses a specific sound challenge because the sound has to go really far. So we have to design a sound system that's the most consistent, uniform experience for the audience, and to do that so that the artist can translate their content, their art, to that audience. Here we are today at the Hollywood Bowl. We're actually installing the sound system for the 2025 season. This is, as always, an improvement over last year's system design and capabilities. Each year we come here and we do the installation. The system is actually taken down every winter for heavy maintenance. So that's paint and checking all the components, verifying and checking all the wiring to make sure it's working, updating electronic settings, updating software and amplifiers.
One of the big groups that we work with is obviously the LA Phil, the Hollywood Bowl Orchestra. The orchestra primarily relies heavily on its acoustic energy, and a lot of feedback that we got from them was that any amplified energy was detrimental to their playing, to their sound.
As musicians, we only know what's happening on stage, or we only know what we are hearing. It is essential for us to be able to hear ourselves, but even more important for us to hear each other, because we are all creating music together.
As the speakers get louder, it can maybe reverberate the stage and cause a buildup of energy, which can be just distracting at the least, and can actually inhibit the performance at the worst.
The neighbors have always made it very clear, the less they can hear at their home, the better. We would take into account their feedback based off of what noises they were hearing to really help us identify and mitigate those frequencies, those levels.
It's a little tough when your venue is the Hollywood Bowl and it's been here for 100 years, right? These hills have been around for a million years, so we can't turn the hill, right? So the next question is, can we turn the sound? So that was the challenge set aside. Then L Acoustics undertook some research to actually look at what were the options, what were the possibilities. Can we point the speakers down more? Can we turn them away from audience members? And what we actually started to do was look into ways to create cancellation, not behind, because there aren't people living directly behind the bowl, they're actually living to the side, even slightly in front. So the challenge is, how do we create a broad cancellation area at a broad set of frequencies? Since 2013, we've had the largest installation of L Acoustics K1 in the world. And we actually added to it in 2022 two additional arrays, one behind each side of a component to create directivity.
It's a little counterintuitive to think that, hey, more will give you less in the neighborhood, but it actually turned out that way.
But when we're behind, they're actually creating a cancellation effect. They're actually fighting against each other.
It wasn't until we actually put them up and started to play with it that we realized how successful they really are and how it's reduced noise dramatically.
And this is that mythical win-win that you never find, which is make an amazing experience for the audience, and that's what the Hollywood Bowl is all about, while also being a good neighbor and a good relationship to the performers who are on stage.
What I've heard with these upgrades to the system, it's actually added a whole new level of depth. It's given us the ability to make the sound fuller and richer.
And I've noticed it from a mixing standpoint. I just have more control, and I think people are more invested in it than ever. I think the orchestra feels more invested.
Over the years, the sound system has been improving. The fact that we can hear each other with our colleagues, with our instruments, and I know the audience are going to have a great experience.
We're always trying to upgrade
And find the next level of improvement. And sometimes they're going to be little jumps, and sometimes they're going to be big jumps.
It's unlike any other theater anyone else has ever been to, and it's just the beginning.